Hello, good evening. My name is Mrinal, and I'm going to talk to you about some very interesting model on talent acquisition that I found today while watching one of the YouTube videos. And it's by a professor from at a university in Germany. Prior to being a professor of human resources management, this person was head of global recruitment for SAP for a number of years. And prior to that, he was working as partner in one of the firms, which eventually became Mercer or got acquired by Mercer. So very significant experience he has. But what I found, I'm yet to go through this series of presentations and series of videos. Many of them are very, very good that I have watched. One in particular which caught my attention was about the model, right? And which is very common sense thing, but the way he has really you know segmented those easy to more challenging recruiting needs, especially for recruiters or recruitment leaders, right? If you're an HR or recruitment, if you are mandated to hire for number of positions under different skill sets and in a different kind of market, right? When I say the job market, I also mean not necessarily which geography you're operating, but yeah, in whatever geography you are operating, with respect to that kind of a skill set and with respect to the number of openings that you have, how is the talent market looking like in terms of availability? And also for those positions, the more important thing that professor has highlighted is the strategic relevance or the significance of that position. Let's go directly now, and I just want you to know, professor, that I'm talking about. So this is a hang in it for a moment, please. All right, so let's go here. Okay, so let's keep it here. He is the professor, right? He's the professor, uh, and this is his website, right? Armin Trust has mentioned about him, and you can check his website when you go there, armintrust.de, right? And you will find a lot of videos. He's a very generous guy, and let me just put it off. So this is what exactly you see here. He has mentioned about it. He's professor here, and fourth was M. I don't know how it is pronounced, right? So pardon me for I'm not aware of how to pronounce the German names for that matter. So he was with the SAP agency here, he has mentioned, and then promoted November, so for 10 years, right? So this is about him. Let's go directly and understand if you're into recruiting or if you understand recruiting market for that matter. I think you'll like it. So let's first go here before I come into this page. All right. So what exactly he's talking about is very interesting. So let's go to begin with. Okay. Now look at what exactly is your current demand, how critical it is, and which role or functions it is, and you know. So if you're trying to understand this XY axis here, the x-axis is here the strategic relevance or the strategic importance or strategic significance of that position. How critical is that basically? So criticality versus availability of talent in here. Now you see here, there are bigger circles, smaller circles, and a very big circle, right? So big, small, and a very small. That's how you can understand. So this circle size is actually our indicator of the fact that how many positions you have as far as this slide is concerned. And later on, the size of the circle would mean something different, and that is easy to understand. So we'll go there. Now here, what exactly he is trying to tell is very important, right? As you understand X and Y, and you see here two-way-two matrix also, right? Try and understand that X-axis is starting with low to high and Y-axis is starting from high to low, right? Easy to understand. Let's move on then, and then see where exactly he is taking us. Let's go here. Okay, full-blown screen for that matter, right? Okay, you understand. Once again, have a look at X and Y axis and let's be there. So Y is again the talent availability, right? And X-axis is about how critical is that position for you from a strategic standpoint, right? So ignore the word strategy. It doesn't make sense. Understand from a recruiter perspective how critical it is hiring for you, right? Okay, so let's look at this big circle, right, in the red. What is happening here? If you're a recruiter, if how critical is that position for you? You know, whether they are, if it is not very critical, it means a lot of things. So first of all, if it is not very critical, it means that you do not necessarily need to hire in a hurry. One. The second thing is that you do not necessarily need to hire A players, only the top of the pack, high quality talent, not necessarily for that matter, right? So this is what it is. So you understand what exactly is the criticality. And the second thing is that the availability. So availability out here is that availability is high in the market, right? So this is a kind of a plain vanilla thing, easy to hire. That's why it is called simple hiring, right? It's easy hire, cakewalk, walk in the park, kind of. Let's look at this, right? Y-axis on the top and x-axis at the lowest end, right? Now, what is happening out here? Here, the criticality is not very high, right? Again, the same thing as I explained earlier. But here, the availability of that talent is very low, very scarce talent for that matter. Maybe because of niche skills or whatever be the reason, right? That applies to you, but you are aware at least. Okay. Now, what is happening in the difficult mass hiring? You see here, you have a mandate to hire too many people. It is an emerging technology. Looks like that's why the talent is not available in that much, or probably there is too much of a high demand for that matter, and there are bigger and better players who are consuming most of it for various different reasons, right? And you're aware of it, how it happens. The second thing out here is that, you know, its strategic importance is not very high. So mostly operational positions, but yes, they become a pain position for a recruiter for that matter, right? Especially when attrition takes place up there because of the less availability, it becomes even more because you have to fill in more numbers out here. So that's what you have to look at. Okay, the other thing, look at this. Just opposite to this simple hiring, uh, is the strategic hiring, of a kind of a position, right? Very critical position. As Professor mentions that, you know, this is the global taxation head or some kind of position, right? Which is very, and that too with a legal background or sort of things, right? So that becomes very critical. You understand, you know, it is high on the x-axis and very low availability on the y-axis. So criticality is very high, availability is very low. So this is what strategic hiring, right? One of the position became a lot more at a stake and you can't go wrong. Plus this will be certainly expensive as it looks like. So here it is, right? Let's move on from here. This is the slide is mostly on how will you execute given whatever circle you are operating into, right? So let's go back again and then check. Let's see if you're doing simple hiring. Okay, let's begin here and then we will see what happens, right? You see simple hiring here at the bottom. So now the simple hiring is here. What is the issue here? That there is no issue. There is high availability of talent and criticality is also low. So you do not need to hire the top talent, but yes, you can pick up. So, you know, it is operations heavy, easy to go. So what will be your strategy? General strategy is the EVP should be general, medium size dot out here. So you don't have to focus too much, too hard thinking and promoting your EVPs. But yeah, job ads will play a big role up there because, you know, you need to filter out rather, right? So a lot of people because the availability is high, criticality is not low. And how many positions can a recruiter take fill over the year? It's around 50. Now, what is the priority for this position or the critical competencies in the recruiter for the position or for the hiring team or hiring managers for that position is efficiency and validity. Efficiency because, you know, you have to run the process of a number of people because the market is large. So you would like to say 10 is to 1 kind of hiring for 20 is to 1, right? So it will be heavy on operations side and efficiency will be really catered to, right? You cannot take that much time, finish up the process quick and process agility, very clearly calibrated selection and screening and evaluation processes for that matter. Validity, why validity? Because valid, I mean, you can think of what exactly do you think. So, you know, efficiency and validity is what professor think, and I think it is making sense, and I'm trying to define it to you. So, validity is simply that, you know, you have a valid process for that, right? Which says that, yeah, you have cracked this code for hiring for this position. So, these are the three fundamentals you need to follow. Very easy principles to follow. Now let's go and look at this one. Right, suppose we are looking at a very modern software technology, right? Front-end technology with most modern stack, full stack developer, Python, and then you want that person to also have some flavors of uh, say DevOps or something for that matter, right? So what exactly you will have to have here, right? The talent market is very short, right? Criticality is not very high, but yes, it remains important for you. Now, what will you have to focus on? EVP will be small, very small, or big. I think it is big, right? Because you need to tell them what exactly it is because there are too many competitors of here. Job ads, it is supportive, and I think you should push the pedal up there. Sourcing, active sourcing simply is the thing which is like you have to reach out to the passive candidates, right? So how do you reach out? You need a specialist flavor of the recruiter, and that's the reason this whole row, especially for this second dot situation that you see on the left hand side, you have to have a specialist recruiting. Now, how many positions can a recruiter fill? 28 max, right? And the talent community is the community that we are talking about is being built by all the people that you have in touch into the market with respect to in and around those skills. Either they are parked in your ATS from past or they have gone through the talent community. The whole ecosystem of those people, are part of that community, which had some point in time touch base with you. And they know you, you know them kind of, right? So the talent community plays a big role, as big as the EVP would play, as you see the side of the circle. Other thing is that line engagement. People from the technical team or those kind of skills team so will have to come forward and promote and help hunting for this position. And this is simply means that you will have to open this position for employee referral, right? So as Professor says, the penguins hire penguins for that matter. So this is how here he simply means that employees hiring employees. This is what it is. The focus is now here. He talks about the scale and effectiveness. Now the scale is mostly to outreach, right? Because you have to reach out to so many people. You need to have the farthest last mile reach, the head, the disinterested, not interested, the passive, or whatever candidates are there, which seemingly is a very bold exercise that you will have to get into. You will have to hear a number of times no from them for valid reasons that they would have. But yeah, in this process, the effectiveness is important because you can't fail. That's why it is a matter of effectiveness. Effectiveness is that you need results. In the previous case, uh, you know, it was a matter of efficiency that the process to effectiveness is the success of the person, success of everybody who is involved in the process, success of your EUP, success of your job ads, success of your talent community outreach, and also the engagement of the hiring team, hiring managers teams. Right. Now let's move on to the next one. Now this is what it is. We are talking about this is a very small need you have, but here the talent availability is very less, right? And the criticality is also very low, right? One of a kind of a position. What will you do? Here simply, focus on the job for that matter, because you are not going to tell too many stories up here. You don't have too many numbers up here. Focus on the job specs and talk about the job. Even if you're talking about EVP, you're talking about mostly the job. What lies in the job. The other thing is about the job ad. So yeah, it will be supportive for that matter. Why not? You will have only 5 applications, but yes, this is the place from where it is. Active sourcing, yes, you will have to do because uh, the problem is that they're hidden kind of, and they're also insignificant. Plus, you don't have to hire many, so you will have to actively use in order to understand what is the quality lying up there from active and passive candidates, right? Executive search can also help you because one of its kind, and they will know of for those positions. No harm in doing that. Talent community, not necessarily because they don't come across because it is one of a kind position that you're hiding once in a while. Then hiring per FTE maximum, if these kind of positions are there, they first of all will be less. So that is the number is less here. Now line engagement, what exactly is the push thing? Push thing is that they will also communicate to their community, right? And mostly it is a push. Hey, this is hiring, this is hiring, this is hiring. My recruiter is hiring. If you're interested, reach out to her, send your resume, those kind of things. But these are not open for the bonuses or the benefits that you get for employer referral. Now, what is important out here is that There is no scale case as you understand. So it is purely effectiveness, right? You need to hire, but you need to hire in time. You need to hire the right person. Let's move on to the last one. This is the very strategic hiring right here. You have involvement at the C level, as you see here in the line engagement, right? These kind of positions are are very less, but yeah, what is more important is the excellence, right? Why it is called excellence? Because this is a strategic position for that matter. So if you are able to hire, this will create you exceptional business results too, right? And that's why if you have done this job, you have done the excellent job from that perspective. So this is very niche and very, very strategic for that matter. Executive search, of course, is the largest pie which is there. They can have. And then active sourcing, yes, there's no harm in reaching out. Yeah, it is a medium scale exercise. So this is what really attracted me. I want to talk about this. Figure it out what exactly your thoughts are, and then you tell how exactly you can expand this page, or what is your understanding of this page. Do you think something really missing in this page? You can add, augment, correct. Feel free and put in the comment, and then we'll talk about it. Thank you.